Why are the prices so different for the same size rubies?
I've had some people ask me some questions about why are some heat-treated rubies, same size, same color, same cutting, same clarity, same quality, same size. Why are some heat-treated rubies significantly less money than other heat-treated rubies, same size and quality? The answer is paying close attention to the comments. So, you're disclosed that it's had thermal enhancement. Look to see also if there is residue present, designated as H1, H2, H3. The 1, 2, 3 tells you how much residue is present. 1 the least, 3 the most. And if it is a high quality no heat ruby, the heated example that is the same size and quality will be a very significantly lower price. Now, in heat treatment, in the trade, when they see H1 from a laboratory report, it drops the price a fair amount per carat compared to just heat treatment. And as you add more residue, especially you get down to H3, it drops it quite a bit in the per carat price if there was no residue and it was just thermal enhancement on the report. What do they mean with residue? H1, H2, H3. You know, in the 1990s, Mongshu deposit from Myanmar came on the market with beautiful, vivid red colors. Beautiful, beautiful. It was found and proven through gemological studies that the untreated Mongshu, almost all of it was treated, heat treated. The untreated Mongshu had a violet core in the center of the crystal. If they heated it, they could remove that core. But these crystals were also often fractured, often had a lot of fractures breaking the surface. So they found that if they took the heat treatment, once they changed the color up to a higher temperature, 17 to 1800 degrees centigrade, in that range, with the presence of a powdered chemical, a catalyst for growth, often used with borax, which has been used with standard heat treatment to prevent stones from being damaged from thermal shock. But in this case, they packed the stones in the borax, heated it up to around 1800 degrees centigrade. What happened? Well, you had high temperatures and you had a catalyst for growth. You had everything available to grow ruby. So what they do in these fractures, they did not fill them, but the catalyst, the borax, would enter the fractures, and at the high temperatures, you had the ruby, the ingredients for ruby, you would have a new growth in the fracture. So it would be what is termed healing the fractures. It's not filling them. It is creating a new growth of ruby in the fractures and trapping some of that borax. That borax is the residue. Now, this isn't always the case, but a lot of times when you're dealing with the heat-treated rubies that have residue, they have undergone a very high temperature heat treatment with a powdered chemical like borax and cause these fractures to heal, trapping some of this powdered chemical, the borax. Now, this was very confusing. Again, I was around when it first came out, 1990, in that time period. Very confusing. A lot of gemologists were saying it was a synthetic stone. And when everyone came to find out through a couple of articles and they proved it through experiments, they realized that it was a heat treatment process, but with this powdered chemical to help facilitate the healing of these fractures. So, when you have a ruby, no heat, of the same size and quality, that's going to be the highest price. A heat-treated stone of the same size and quality will be a lower per carat price under all standard wearing conditions and the way you would care for a ruby. The healing of the fractures, the residue, in most cases, this is also permanent. Usually, you take rubies that have a bit too much purple in them and you heat them, it removes some of the purple color, and you have less purple, more of a pure red color, more valuable. So if you're not concerned about the fact that it is a lower priced item in the trade compared to heat treatment, you might find an incredible color and a very good value in some of these stones. But the key, as with all treatments, the key is disclosure. You need to know exactly what you're buying. Is it heat-treated ruby? Is it heat-treated with residue, H1, H2, H3? Then you make your own decision and you place your own value because you know the order of the pricing that you should be given. what should be lower, what should be higher. Then the great thing about gemstones and treatments is you can make up your own mind on what you want to buy. Gemological reports will give you exactly that information on the treatment that you need for that part of your pricing and value evaluation.